Come on the breakfast show. Good morning and welcome. Well, we're going to look at a program that is coming up shortly. But before then, I'd like to remind you that yesterday is Friday, so at 8:15 p.m. on GTV, The Standpoint, we're looking at breast cancer. We get two survivors telling their harrowing experience of living with breast cancer and how you can avoid that. Yesterday, my brother Kwame Sefakai interviewed a couple that had been married for 60 years. Yes, 60. So it is possible. Congratulations to you. Juno Abner Texan of Charterhouse. Tomorrow is a D-Day. I know you will go the long haul. In fact, you will talk 70 years. It is well. And Anoa, you are also getting married tomorrow. Congratulations, and I wish you well. Now, back to the breakfast show. There's a company known as Ghana's Golden Homecoming LLC. You can also call them the GGH. I have with me in the studio Mr. Hugh, who is the co-chair of the Ghana's Golden Homecoming LLC. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you, Gifty.
The name sounds more of an event than a company.
Yes. Ghana's Golden Homecoming is a non-profit organization.
Okay, so it's actually an NGO.
An NGO.
Okay.
We are located in Georgia, Atlanta, and in Ghana. We operate 2 offices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a Ghanaian company or an organization?
African American.
It's African American.
Yes.
So we have Ghanaians in there.
We have Ghanaians in there.
We have African Americans.
Sure.
Anyway, indeed, what doesn't matter. We are all Africans.
Sure.
Right. Now tell me, what is it about? What exactly do you do?
You know, Ghana's Golden Homecoming was formed in 2004. It was the novelty idea that came by myself and the chairman, Mr. Buddy Murphy, who lives in the United States. Okay. And what we tried to expose was to tell people our own story. The idea was that 2007 was going to be Ghana's 50th Independence Day.
Right.
And so we decided to do something unique. We said it was time for people living in the diaspora to connect back home.
Right.
So we launched this event in 2004, and we were trying to sensitize Africans living in the diaspora. Ghana will be 50 years in 2007, so we want you to come back home.
Okay.
And so we formed this organization,
okay,
sending a message that it's time to come,
back
let's
home.
build Africa.
And how was it in 2007? Did you succeed in getting Africans to come to Ghana?
JT, let me tell you, when we had this launch in 2004, you know, the perception elsewhere in the diaspora is that Africa is just one continent. I mean, this is my personal interaction I had with people.
Yeah.
Having one president as Nelson Mandela. That's fine, anyway.
You tell them you're from Ghana and they ask you if you know somebody in South Africa.
Sure. And they only have South Africa, and Africa is one continent, having Nelson Mandela as president. So we decided to, you know, let people's mind come to Ghana. Because we were celebrating our 50th anniversary. So the strategy we did was we came out with a magazine that we captioned Ghana at Atlanta.
Okay.
So this magazine was produced and it was distributed to people that matters. Anybody who wants to know about Ghana. And we gave it out for free.
For free?
Yes.
This magazine?
Yeah, this magazine.
Okay.
It was entitled Ghana at Atlanta.
It looks quite well done.
Yeah. It was printed here anyway. But we had to export it all the way to the United States.
Right.
And we gave it to a lot of people. Now this magazine talks about investment and tourism information about Ghana. So people had it, and believe you me, and they were so much impressed. They tried to redefine their minds now that Ghana is a country having its own president, its own culture, its own people.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's what we did in 2004.
Okay.
Now,
and I guess this was in 2007, right?
Yeah, this was
Ghana at 50.
Yeah, Ghana at 50. Now, within this period, 2004 to 2007, we had organized series of events. We had several seminars in the US, several states. We had several events in Canada. And we formed a committee, International Coordinating Committee. Now, these people spearhead all activities, all with one message: get people to connect back home. And so we had committees in the United Kingdom led by Dr. Peter Chakpo, Professor Gary Craig, and in the US, so many of them. in Canada, so many of them in South Africa and in London. So from the US and Canada, we came to London.
Okay.
We had several events in London. We had one in Elscourt that was attended by His Excellency, the High Commissioner to the UK, and then Kato, the then.
Right.
And then we had another one in Hull. This was actually sponsored by Hull University.
Okay.
You know, by WHY, that is Wilberforce Institute of Study of Slavery and Emancipation.
All right.
So they heard about Ghana's Golden Homecoming, and they said they want to organize something. Okay. So we partnered with them. And that event was attended by the then Deputy Prime Minister, Right Honorable Tony John Prescott.
John Prescott.
So he came there and he gave a message that he was inviting people in the diaspora to connect back to Ghana, for not only for our 50th anniversary, but also for the centenary celebration of slave trade abolition.
Okay.
You know, he was an MP in Hull. So his predecessor, William Wilberforce, actually promoted this idea that slave trade be abolished. And so the 200 years coincided with our 50th anniversary celebration.
Right, indeed. That was so. How was it successful? Did you get people to come back?
It was.
Did you manage to get people to come back?
Yes. Right. You know, when we went out there, the signal, the message we sent carried on with people.
Okay.
We had a lot of people that came to our 50th anniversary. We met them at the airport. You know, we shared so many memories with them at the time. Thousands of them that came for the 50th anniversary and also the Joseph Project. They came on.
Oh yeah, the Joseph Project. I remember. I think the now chairman of the NPP, Jacob. He was so much involved. I know we interviewed him on this program several times.
And he's moved with us all the time to all our events.
Okay, okay, good. Now, from the document, I see something called Ghana's Business Matchmaking. What's that?
2004, we launched Ghana's Golden Homecoming in the city of Georgia, Atlanta, and during the National Black Arts Festival. The National Black Arts Festival has been existing for the past 23 years. And so we started taking Ghanaian artisans and artists to this exhibition. Okay, now you've introduced something else. Yes. The Arts Festival. Yes. Elaborate a bit on it, then we'll get back to the business matchmaking. Now, National Black Arts Festival is the biggest festival in the United States that brings millions of people from all over the world, from the Hispanic, from the Caribbean, from Africa, from Europe, and elsewhere. People gather there to celebrate, you know, culture. And so we have people going there to exhibit the artifacts. So when we're talking about the arts, we're not talking about the paintings and artifacts. Not really. We're talking about culture and traditions. Yes, cultural exhibitions, acts, jewelry, and whatsoever. Right. And so we have been participating in this for the past 7 years. Right. But we have realized that that's the Ghana's Golden Homecoming. Yes, we have been taking all people who matters in business to go and exhibit. Right. Now, we have seen that it's not only sending people to go and sell or exhibit. Right. There is a different tone to it. We decided this year that instead of sending people to just go and exhibit, let's add a matchmaking to it. Great. So what we're trying to do... And when we're talking about matchmaking, the business matchmaking? Yes. Okay. Yeah, business matchmaking. Okay, not just finding partners, like man, woman kind of partnership. No. Okay. Please, please. All right. Yeah, so what we're doing is to get companies from here, to network with companies from the United States. Right. There's something that I know, that you know, a car has over 10,000 parts. An aeroplane has... Really? I didn't know that fact. Yes, an aeroplane has over 10 million parts. What actually brings them together is technology. Right. We have great minds in Ghana. We have great minds in the United States. Right. Now, what is needed is to bring them together. And how do you bring them together? We have had interactions with people, business people, wanting to do business here, but because of the perception, it's terrible. So we say we are not bringing people here. We have banks, communication giants, all types of industry that are going there, and we are meeting. We are organizing this to coincide with the National Black Arts Festival. Okay. Now, this festival used to take place in underground, but for the last 3 years, it's been held at the Centennial Olympic Park. Okay. The Centennial Olympic Park was 1996, was built for the 1996 Atlanta Games. Right. And so that was the last Olympic for the 20th century. Right. And so it's an exhibition ground. You have a lot of people that comes there.
Okay, so you're going to this time you're going to take business people from Ghana
Sure.
to Atlanta.
Sure.
You know, to network and matchmake when it
Yes.
comes to business. Okay, and when is this taking place?
With this taking place from the 10th, the group, the delegation is leaving on the 10th to Georgia, and then they'll be coming back on the 18th. Now, what it is that from the 14th to the 17th is an exhibition, 3 days exhibition.
Of which month?
July.
July.
Yes,
Okay.
3 days
Okay.
exhibition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what we're trying to do is we have a day for the matchmaking. Obviously, other companies also want to sell,
Right.
so they will be using the exhibition. Other companies will want to be part of the matchmaking as well as that of the exhibition. So we are actually putting all of them together.
Hugh, you know, from your name, I take it that I take it that you're Ghanaian.
Yes.
You know, now yes, businesses are expanding in
Yes,
Ghana. They are
yes.
going to partnership and all that. For majority of Ghanaian businessmen and women,
Yes.
we believe in, you know, sole ownership. It is mine. It is mine for me, my husband, my children, or just for me. What do you think businesses or business people from Ghana stand to benefit in going to Atlanta to partner other companies or to go and network and matchmake to get partners, international partners? What do they stand to benefit from that?
Last week I was in the UK. I met a group. They wanted to do business here. And I told people, what is the wisdom in owning 100% of the voter list than taking 10% of the ocean? You have a business which is maybe 10,000 Ghana cedis. But if you go out there and you meet a company that wanting to do business here, that have millions to spend, if you look at in terms of benefit that is going to come to you,
Right.
and it's time we try to do away with that mentality, sole proprietorship.
Right.
I'm also into the same partnership with organizations overseas,
Right.
and that's the only way they can help you. So we are saying that if you take you to this National Black Arts Festival, you have the opportunity to network,
Right.
have one-to-one interface with people,
Right.
people who matter in business. And Atlanta has about 54% blacks or Africans,
Right.
having over 35
Especially Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. And you see, Georgia receives over 35 million visitors every year. So within that period, which is summertime, you have a lot of people visiting Georgia.
Right.
This is where we have some of the national and the big companies, Coca-Cola, UPS, Delta, Home Depot, name them. All these companies are coming to see what we have. Fortunately, we are happy to be working with some of our radio networks like Radio Gold. That's going to be transmitting live this information via WRFG radio in Georgia, Atlanta.
During the exhibition.
During the
Okay,
period, yeah.
Great, great. Now I see that Ghana's mission to the National Black Arts Festival. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Delta Airlines is supposed to be part of it. How are they coming in?
The National Black Arts Festival has a lot of sponsorship in the U.S. Delta is one of them.
Okay.
Fortunately, Delta is also taking care of us from here.
Okay.
They are lifting all our people to the United States for this exhibition.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Mr. Norma is not here.
Right.
So I will try to hold the fort for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, my time is up. But if people want to participate, how can they get access to you and be a part of it, and having access to Delta's packages that they will offer during the spirit?
Yes, we have a wonderful package from Delta. So if anybody wanting to go for this exhibition, within the last 1.5 weeks, security matters worldwide is of primary interest to every country.
Indeed.
So all embassies overseas are very cautious of what to do. So we advise people who are interested in this exhibition to make contact on these telephone numbers. They should contact Imagine Advertising. They are just in the heart of the city. And their number is 0544 340 992.
Okay.
Yeah.
0544
340 992.
992.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. But in conclusion, before we wrap up, what do you have to say to Ghanaians?
Yeah, in conclusion, I want to thank our previous corporate sponsors. Without them, we would have gotten to this far.
Okay.
But there's a huge information for Ghana in 2012.
Okay.
It's one of the biggest exhibitions in the UK.
Okay.
It's an amalgamation of all our West African states.
Okay.
And it is entitled UK, Here We Come.
Okay.
West Africa in UK.
I see that you are not only interested in Atlanta, you are interested in the whole world. Very soon you take it to Singapore.
Yes, yes, that's what we'll be doing. And
Okay.
so it's going to be held in Alexandria from the 2nd of June to the 4th of June 2012.
Okay.
So corporate bodies out there,
Okay.
this is a message to you.
All right.
Get ready.
Hopefully you'll come again next year
Definitely,
to come
I'm
and
going
talk.
to be here all the time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
we've been
Gifty.
talking about the Ghana's Golden Homecoming LLC. It's a non-governmental organization partnering with many companies to take businesses from Ghana to participate in the National Black Arts Festival in Atlanta, Georgia, July this year. The telephone number, I hope you heard it. So call and be a part of it. This is The Breakfast Show. We take a break. We'll be back.